Hello everyone. Today I want to show you a thought. I'm sure many of you who were debating between which consoles to buy had this thought. So this thought is whether at some point we're going to see a game for the Xbox Series X that really shows the capability of the console. I mean, everybody talking about how powerful the Xbox Series X is and even more powerful than the PlayStation 5. Well, the question is, it can be more powerful, but whether we're going to see a game that really demonstrates these capabilities. I don't expect to see any big difference between the two consoles for games that are released for both the two consoles. And we also know that the games that are going to be released for Xbox Series X will also be available for PC as well. Now, judging by the games that I've seen on the PlayStation 4, the ones that really shine when it comes to graphics were actually games that were developed exclusively for the console itself. So developers don't need to worry about further optimizations for other platforms. They designed the game to run only on that platform. This means they can very easily do some QA and testing and see whether there are some spikes, lower frame rates, and optimize everything to kind of try to maximize the visual fidelity in the game to make it look really, really beautiful as much as they can. Now, Xbox Series X is something called a smart delivery. Same goes to the Xbox Series S, and this is actually something posted on the ForzaMotorsport.net, and it says. I'm gonna read it. Forza on the Xbox X and S, featuring Forza 4, Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 3, and Forza Motorsport 7 with smart delivery. Alright, and it said, enjoy the game, great Forza Horizon 4 gameplay experience now with faster load times, 60 FPS, and next generation graphics in 4K Ultra HD on Xbox Series X and Full HD on Xbox Series S. Now, we already know several titles that will be available for the Xbox Series X optimized version, which is Halo Infinite, Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny 2, Dirt 5, Scarlet Nexus, and all the ones actually appear here in this list. Now, basically, what this means, generally speaking, is that developers have the option to deliver a different type of build for depends on the console you're actually playing the game on. So if you play on the Xbox Series X, you get a different build. So basically, the developer are able to deliver a different build that is actually the game that was enhanced for that particular platform. Now, from what I've seen, aside from better frame rates and 4K, nothing actually made me, when I look at different games that are running on the Xbox Series X, nothing really stood out. I have to be honest with you. I mean, there are really nice visuals, and I've seen, of course, some kind of difference when I compared screenshots from one game to another one that runs on the Xbox Series X and the one that runs on the Xbox One. And there are even some comparison of this, for example, like Gear 5, but nothing that really stood out. Nothing that I say, oh my god, this is absolutely huge. Now, of course, any game can be improved. The question is whether developer can deliver games that are significantly different in terms of visual fidelity between different consoles, and whether they're interested to do so. Well, there is in their interest to do so because they want to show the developer this is actually a time to showcase, what they can do and impress the audience with creating a specific optimized version for the game for the Xbox Series X and let people see, what a great job they did. This is a time to actually stand out from the rest and really do something incredible here. And just delivering a game that just looks a bit better, just looks a bit better. Now, for some gamers, it might be more noticeable than others, but we want a game that pushes the power of the Xbox Series X to its limits, so we can actually really see what next-gen graphics in a game is all about. And between us, I've seen all the trailers. Whether I got like wow, no, nothing wowed me, to be honest, nothing. The only thing that actually wowed me is, well, I'm gonna show you. Well, this is it. This is a tech demo, Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. This actually ran on the PlayStation 5. And this one just blew me away. But just keep in mind that this engine can develop games for PC and for Xbox Series X as well. There's no limit, right? It's not just only for the PlayStation 5. So it made me wonder whether we still need to wait to see developers actually using this engine, because it has such a great capabilities to deliver really beautiful, immersive, and super photorealistic worlds. Whether you need to see developers using this engine than the engine they are currently using. And you need to understand that some engines are so optimized for a particular game of the company that, they probably won't use this engine at all. And the other question is whether the engine they are currently using can be further enhanced to actually have the capabilities of what Unreal Engine 5 is capable of. Now, Unreal Engine 5 is going to, as you can see here, will be available in preview in early 2021 and full release in 2021, later on 2021, supporting next-gen consoles, current generation consoles, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. Now, if you quickly look at Unreal Engine website, and you can see one of the goals in the next generation is to achieve photorealism on par with movie CG and real life, and put it with practical reach of development teams of all sizes through highly productive tools. And they share nanite, virtualized micro polygon geometry, feeds artists to create as much geometry detail as the eye can see. Nanite virtualized geometry means that the thin quality source, art comprising hundreds of millions or billions of polygons, can be imported directly into Unreal Engine. Crazy. Also Lumen, fully dynamic global illumination solution that immediately reacts to scene and light changes. Again, there's more information about it and you can find it out on the official website. Now, this raises a question, right? Whether current development companies actually updated their engine to really take advantage of what next-gen consoles can actually deliver, whether we're using an older engine, whether it takes a lot of time and money in order to bring those next-gen titles that looks considerably different because the engine was updated in order to support and be fully optimized with current generation consoles, or whether just using the same engine because this engine is optimized for several platforms, or maybe a specific game they are developing. So although we don't know actually what's happening inside the company, maybe they just prefer just continue using their engine, just deliver a title that do some optimization on their own, but not those that actually take full use of the capabilities of the console, and just a game might look better in a way, but not something fundamentally next gen visually impressive one that we actually want to see. Now, because the early access for this Unreal Engine 5 will come next year, early next year, and the full version later the year, we can expect this type of games that use this engine to use it later on. Probably we're going to see those games in 2022, right? Or maybe 2022 and on. Not right now. But my impressions is that although games can be optimized further because of the more powerful hardware and deliver user with the the optimized version of the game, I think it takes more than this for the game engine to really utilize the hardware and to be able for the developers to be able to deliver significantly more immersive and realistic, more photorealistic environments in certain games. Of course, not every game will benefit from it. Again, it depends on the game. But if you see the tech demo of the Unreal Engine 5, you can definitely see which games actually can benefit it. Open world games, for example, Lara Croft, the next generation Lara Croft. Any game that can be created with lots of polygons, really beautiful high resolution textures, and really can shine with global illumination and all the technologies that are actually offered in this engine. And by the way, if you wonder, this was actually a playable demo. Actually, when it was demoed, actually someone actually playing a character and just moving through the environment and doing some things. Again, the full video is on unrealengine.com, so you can actually check it out. It will blow your mind away. Now, as you can see, Xbox Series X is very powerful. Great, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna see games that look significantly more impressive. I'm not talking about now frame rate and 4K, we know that, but visually more immersive environments and really beautiful visuals, photorealistic ones, that I think many of us want actually to see in some of the games that we're actually playing. Now, it makes you actually wonder if a game was actually developed using an engine and this engine wasn't updated, upgraded, whether a company, it will take them a lot to transfer a certain game to another engine, because if a game built with a certain engine, everything, the code, the blueprints, everything is in particular engine, transforming this to another engine might, be very not cost effective for companies. So maybe a new IP, we might see new IPs that are designed from the ground up in order to support a core next-gen console and take every bit of power into account, so really to deliver next-gen experiences. I think this might explain why we don't see right now anything, significantly mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. Something that really tells you, wow, this is amazing. Again, like compared to the Unreal Engine demo that we've seen. This was the most impressive thing, and it actually ran on the PlayStation 5. And again, it's just a demo, tech demo, but just shows us what even the PlayStation 5 is capable of, let alone a console that is even more powerful, like the Xbox Series X. So again, some thoughts about it. Again, until now, I haven't seen anything that really blew me away. Again, it also depends on the title, right? But I am looking forward, although I think it will happen further down the road. Don't see it happening right now, something that really blow my mind away. It doesn't mean that we won't see great looking games. We will, but something that really fundamentally changed how we actually, see our next-gen consoles when it comes to its capabilities of delivering really next-gen experiences that I think many of us actually expecting to get, but we haven't seen them until now. And the thing is that when I look at this, I think that those games that we're actually going to see that really push the visual fidelity forward will be actually exclusive game for the PlayStation 5, rather games for the Xbox Series X. But well, I'm open for everything. But based on my experience, those exclusive games that designed specifically for a specific platform were usually the most impressive one visually wise. And there are already games, by the way, that took advantage of this, like for example Ratchet and Clank with the dynamic world that almost changed instantly. But again, we'll wait and see what comes to the Xbox Series X, and we analyze it there. Probably all the community will analyze it, but again, we want to see something better. I want to see something better. So tell me what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section below what your expectations for seeing really next-gen games on this very powerful console, the Xbox Series X. Whether you think you're going to see games on the PlayStation 5, it looks even better than the Xbox Series X. But again, probably won't be able to compare them, because if there was an exclusive game on the PlayStation 5, we won't have an equivalent to compare. But again, we can always see when a game looks amazing, just appreciate for what it is. So again, thanks for watching everyone. Consider subscribing to my channel and give this one a like. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.